I can lift you up. Your body is mostly blood. Will you levitate up where the angels inhabit? Falling in love with me, forgetting the agony again. Will you levitate?
Levitate.
Levitate.
Or an ode to dementia, essentially.
An ode to dementia?
It feels like whoever the main character is, or maybe even just Vessel, because he wrote it,
Sure.
I assume. Like they had a family member that they were very close to that had dementia. It just has a lot of call-outs to what I imagine it is like being a family member of someone who sundowns. And I understand that that's probably not the purpose of the song. I understand it's probably meant to be an allegory for something else, but it very much feels like a song of someone who, like Ed Sheeran has a song that is of a very similar nature. And it is about him talking about I think it's his grandfather who has dementia. That was my kind of take on it. But I guess, like, if we link it back to the night does not belong to God.
Which I do.
In the same kind of vein, though, of him being like, during the night we are one thing, during the day we are another thing. And you levitating past me where I can't reach you, to me, is him during the day, I can't get to you. I can't get back to that intimacy that we seem to experience at night. And I wish we could.
Right.
You?
So if we're going straight to the discussion of where I think this sits, I think that I still don't think this is about a dementia patient. I think that's just a very clever analogy.
Sure. I'm just saying
Yes.
it speaks very well about dementia. But go on.
Sure. I'm saying it's a good analogy, right? But I think that this is simply a description of what it's like when you drift away from me, which is what they were discussing in the first song.
Yes.
Where he said, during the day, we don't obviously have the same feelings that we do, the same connection. So that I think stands pretty obvious with the Will You Levitate?
A story of perfect days, a ballad we fabricate.
Exactly. So we have a story of perfect days and a ballad we fabricate, which might be outwardly towards other people.
Yes.
Maybe it looks like we're having this great time, but you can't express yourself, which is, I think, the person. We can't maintain it because as you forget your words again,
yes,
which is like we don't know what to say to each other. So that's all you need to merely pretend to be falling in love with me. So this relationship doesn't actually mean anything to you. It's just
in having sex, we're able to have that level of intimacy. But for some reason, during the day, it feels like you are merely pretending to fall in love with me.
Yeah. And so the point is, I think, that will you levitate away? It's a question of, is this going to keep happening? Are we going through this again? We're always doing the same thing. And whether or not the character in this story is just saying this to themselves, it's a self-thought,
I took it as a self-thought. I took it as him like sitting there writing in his journal being like, is this just going to keep happening? It doesn't feel like it's a conversation.
No.
Like him sitting this other person down and being like, is this what's happening? It feels like it's an internal monologue.
Yeah. And then I think...
Yeah.
So, like, the very beginning of it, I can lift you up, which is like, I can put you on a pedestal, but then the second line and third line is that your body is mostly blood. So, like, I can put you on this pedestal, but you're still just a person.
Yes.
Right? But even though you're still a person, it engulfs me.
Yes.
At nighttime. I think is the thing. Engulfing me again, I guess, is the point. We get to nighttime. Things are okay again. I can tell you won't remember my cracking bones, which I think is something that they do very well, which is a lot of analogies for things that are just sort of normal human behavior. When we're just sitting around and one of my bones crack and it's like, you know me so well, I guess is the point.
Yeah, I
think it's this analogy of like a very small thing that happens around the person that you love and that you spend a lot of time with. You hear my bones cracking a little bit here and there and whatever, and I don't think you're going to remember those basic moments
those very simple moments.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's it.
To me, that I took that the opposite way. And I can tell you won't remember the times that I fell apart, or that the times that my bones were broken,
right,
because of our relationship. And it's the trauma that we can't regrow. Like, I can't get past that. My bones won't heal, they won't regrow from this trauma.
I getcha.
But I still put it aside because at nighttime I allow it to engulf me again. And yeah, just as you leave again.
Yeah. So I think all of that together, to me, the current picture, and I think that this is important because we were just discussing this as the song came up and we were listening, but the first song, right, the Night Does Not Belong to God, is the first dream encounter that he has with sleep, right? The offering is him trying to get this to happen again because he's woken up and wants it again. And this, to me, feels like a continuation. So we're back in the allegory. We're back in the story with this song, I think, is a big part about that, which I didn't mention before, which I just wanted to put out there. But that's about it, really. Yeah.
I still maintain it is in The Night Does Not Belong to God. He says, I'm into this relationship. We clearly don't have a relationship. I am not doing this anymore. And then it happens again. And he's like, well, is this my life now? Like, is it that you keep, at nighttime we're together, during the day you forget everything that you said, and we're just kind of doing it again, even though he already said that he was not going to do this anymore. To me, the offering sits outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's outside of the story per se.
Yeah.
It's him trying to get back to the story.
I get you.
He needs sleep to do so.
Like sleep or sleep?
Both.
Right.
That's my point.
I get you.
Because the point here, I'm saying to you that it's a dream that he's having.
Right.
Whether or not that's him dreaming about a real situation, or it's that he's created this connection with a person in his dream or through sleep.
Because without getting too much into the other albums, that is a very big part of Take Me Back to Eden.
That's what it feels like, yeah.
Yes, this idea of, in order for me to access these memories, I need to be asleep.
Yeah.
Or in order for me to have access to you again,
yes, I
need to be asleep.
Yeah. Which again,
sleep.
I'm saying to you,
sleep.
Yes, it's both, and it plays into that thing that I was saying in the first episode, which was whether or not it is just all lessons to be learned to worship sleep.
I get you.
You know, anyway.
I get you.
Let's see, who knows? I mean, Vessel maybe knows.
Maybe. Do you know? We'd love to know.
Yeah, that's it. Tell us below.
If you have a different interpretation, and, you know, everyone does.
Yeah.
We'd love to know down in the description, in the comments. We'd love to know down in the comments what you think Levitate is about. If you have specific lyrics that you think justify your cause, we'd also love to hear them.
Yeah, please let us know. So here we are once again. Ranking time.
Ranking.
The rankings. The rankening.
The rankening?
Yeah.
It's like the Hunger Games, but
Yeah.
just ranking.
Just ranking Sleep Token songs.
Yeah.
So again, if you haven't been following along, I encourage you to go check out our other episodes so you can see how we got to these placements of the other two songs so far. But as of track 3,
Yeah.
Levitate.
Yes.
Very simple for me.
Yes.
Let's pop it down to 18.
18. Okay. That's higher than I thought you were going to put it.
Again, I'm saying to you that as this is a fluid ranking system,
Yeah.
I'm expecting it to drop.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to... The way that I'm approaching this at the moment with so few songs in the bank
Yeah.
is distance between the other songs.
Okay. So
Does
you
that
can
make
slot
sense?
them in. Yep.
Yeah. I'm saying to you that there is a distance of 16 places between that and the offering, which seems like a lot when I put it that way.
Fair.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Levitate's not my favourite song.
But it's not your least.
It's not my least favourite song.
That's justifiable.
I don't think it is. But it's probably going to end up getting pushed. I need to say that. There's a lot of great tracks coming. And I imagine that it's going to get pushed a little bit. But that's okay. Also, check this out.
He went into the ranking.
Just wanted to try that. Okay. That's mine. Yep, you. Suzanne. Your rankings are obviously... Everything's a little bit lower. I understand you've been taking a more cautious approach here.
Yes, only because I feel like I understand what would be in my top 10.
Sure.
And I'm going to put Levitate at 9.
Whoa. Hey now. Just above The Night Does Not Belong to God?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it more than The Night Does Not Belong to God. Mm-hmm. But not that much more. But it might move up. I know that there's a lot of tracks in the...
Tomb.
Yes, in Tomb. That I really, really like.
Yeah, I know. That's
Like,
your
I think
wheelhouse.
That's it. I think my top 5 is going to be...
It's all from
album.
there. Yeah, okay. Well, fair.
So
okay. Yeah,
that's it.
We'd love to know what your rankings are so far if you've been playing along. Again, this PDF will be up for download in the description of all the videos. So download it, play along at home,
and
tell
we'd
us
love
your
to know
ranking.
Your ranking and a justification.
Yes, we need a justification for these rankings as well would be great. And even if you don't want to, that's okay. You can just tell us what your ranking is. You don't have to explain it too much if it's too hard. But we love to hear some justifications as to why you're ranking it where you are. So let us know.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.
Does the